Is it? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm talking about the audio from the Teams, but I can see it's quite audible. Okay. Very good morning. In the beginning, we saw the Hive. Why do we need the Hive? And we understood the Hive was mainly used or was mainly, uh, developed to support the huge data set or the huge data which Facebook was receiving. There were different reasons. Number one, we saw that the users keep, Facebook had, I may say, like problem or opportunity, or who kept, creating a new account, and the main purpose they want to socialize either through photo, mostly it was through photo, or to post of some pictures which they may have and short videos. So when they have this problem, they wondered what they can do in order to, to deal with this tremendous data which they kept, which kept increasing. So we saw that a Hive came as a data warehouse just to host the data, to host all this data. We saw the things which, just to review what you have seen, let me try to see if I can be able to share the following. What is, just to recap a bit of what we saw for the first part. All right, so this was the first thing which we saw. The first thing which we saw all about the Hive, why Hive was needed, that Facebook has developed it just to warehouse the data. And the main reason this warehouse was built was to create something which we called ORAP. So we understood what does it mean, ORAP, and where ORAP is used for. ORAP is mainly used for business intelligence or mainly for data analytics. That's where OLAP is used. And we saw that OLAP has a feature or characteristics of known as historical data or historical storage. So we deal with the historical data, not the current one. So we saw the hierarchy of data. We saw the data are organized in a database, and the databases, they contain homogeneous tables, and the tables, they're also, the way the tables are organized is same as in RDBMS, means they are structured table. In other words, they are made of rows and columns. And another hierarchy is like a data can be divided into, a table can be divided into small parts, which are called the partition. And the partition is the sweetest and the best part of Hive. Okay, partitions. And beside or below partition, we can also make the bucket. The main reason of having a partition and a bucket is to enable the users or to enable the Hive users to analyze or to deal with the data in easy way. Take, for instance, a company which may have like 2 terabytes of data sets. So they need to divide into small parts so they can analyze. But at the end, they are going to aggregate. Again, a point to remember. Hive came in to support MapReduce. And the MapReduce is to do what? To form key pair values so that we can be able to reduce, we can be able to create a small part of this, which are called the maps, and then we can be able to create another program which is called the reduce, to combine or to aggregate the similar keys and the summation of their values as well. So that's why bucket and partitions are very important in a heart of a Hive. Another part which we saw was characteristics here. This is what I mentioned here. These are characteristics. And we saw also the hierarchy of the Hive. So you can take some time to review or to check what we have seen. And I'm pretty sure you understood what was all about the Hive. So in today's agenda, we are going to continue looking in the Hive query or H query, and it's going to be based on the following. Let me share a screen which we have here. Okay, so I named this one as what? I named this one as I gave the name of the Hive internal tables. As I mentioned, the external table shall be reviewed in the next session, next meeting, because the time which you may have, it may not allow us to go for the it may not allow us to go or to study more about the external tables. So external or internal tables, they are nothing but the table which are managed by HDFS, period. Tables which HDFS manage. Take an example. If you have an internal, you can have also external table. We look through this one just to give you the objective of having internal table. We need internal table to store, let's say, the data from the local system to our structured tables. That's what we call internal tables. Number two, internal table, they are stored into HDFS. Internal table, it's like default table which you create in RDBMS. In RDBMS, you create a table. So the table which you create, they are always internal. They are always internal. So internal table, nothing but a default table created in Hive data warehouse. Okay. So two things which I mentioned in a previous class. There are two languages which are useful in Hive query. One is DDL, or data definition language. Another one is DML. So we'll combine two as a continuity of what we have seen in the previous class. So what is a DDL? DDL stands for data definition language, which are very useful for creating a tables and database, for modifying the structures or alter the tables or the columns using the alter, and another one for dropping these tables. Okay, for dropping the tables. Sorry. Yeah, for dropping the database and tables. So DDL when we say demonstrate DDL, or one of the things which you want to achieve today is to complete all things which are related to DDL and some extent of having the DML as well. So I believe it will be quite fun and easy for you to navigate through these things which you're going to see. We saw the first part, the way we create the table, the way we create a database. The first part which we can do is to create the database. Remember, Hive have a default database, even though if you don't create it, it will have a default database which is called default, right? Default. And this is the way you can create a database. And by default, this database which we create by using DDL, they are stored into user Hive warehouse. That's why in your installation, remember I told you to do the installation. In your installation, you need to create user Hive or user Hive path or location where your tables will be stored. Okay, tables will be stored. And you will also create one of the temporary or TMP directory, which can also help you to store some default databases. Okay, so I mean some default tables which you may create. So two things will be there. You will create user Hive warehouse location where you can store your tables. Okay, your tables and your databases as well. So this is one way we can create a data warehouse. I mean, a database through this way. A data warehouse is a combination of, or we group different databases together, and this they can be either they can be used for analytical by looking the past, so you can prepare for the future, or you can look the present. That's the main part. Warehouse helps you to look in the past or collect daily, so you can be able to look in the future. You can be able to look in the future. Can be able to look in the data which you collected. So this is the way you can drop the database. I believe it will be nice if you go one by one as we practice, as we go through the wrap session. So we can go one by one. Look, we create database, we drop them, we create tables, we drop them, we insert, we perform all these tasks. Okay, all these tasks. So this is going to be the part which you're going to see just now. Just to review what we'll be doing here. We'll be looking, DDL table command, the way we create the table. And one more thing which I forgot to mention, and which you have to note down. Internal table is also known as managed table. Remember, these are the default tables which you create. You don't force yourself to, as soon as you enter into Hive query or Beeline, you create a table, create table name, and you give the data type. I mean, you give the variables in the data type. That is called managed or internal table. So that is it. So we saw the way we can create them. Just to help you understand what does internal table means. Internal table are owned and managed by Hive on HDFS. You create it, and it's going to be managed by HDFS. Remember, in the pig routine, since we had only one cluster, and it was troublesome, I mean, it was quite a challenge to create a table on HDFS, right? But we can get on local disk, we can fetch the data from local disk, we can store them. We need to force Apache Pig to store, let's say, to store the data on HDFS. But in Hive, you don't need to force. Whatever things you do will be stored into HDFS. That is why Hive has been seen to be quite slow compared to RDBMS, because it's going to use a lot of resources, such as memory, or to execute a part on HDFS, which is also hosted on a cluster. Then it takes a time. That's why when you want, let's say you want to select start from, it takes time. It shows you how it's using the resources, how it's connecting to the data warehouse, data node, name node has to respond, everything has to be there. So they are managed by the Hive on HDFS. This is the way we create it. So we start from here, creating a table name called the student. And as I mentioned, this one, keep in mind that when you create it, we are mentioning here, you can define. Why the razor does not work? Yeah, here we can define the schema. Yes, here we can define the schema. Just hold on a minute. Schema or a data warehouse. Yes, we can define data warehouse, which means you first need to create a database which is called University DB and a table called the student, right? So we'll do this and try to see how to make this one. Previous class, we saw that we ended by looking by putting the comment either on a column or on the table which you created. We put on a column, right? So today we put on this table as well to check how it works. Yeah, this is the main part which you need to understand about internal tables, and the rest of the things is going to be the hands-on or the lab session. Any question? Anyone has a question or curiosity? Or you can arrange your you can start your Crowdella. Okay, so as it is starting, the first part which you're going to do, we are going to create the you're going to create the Hive database, the first database, or the second, it may be like the second database. So taking a bit sometimes there. If your file keeps growing, let's say if your Hadoop keeps growing, you can either remove it, because it keeps increasing the more you use it. It keeps expanding. So you can remove and then install. just to if you have a resources problem. Okay. Yes, please.
I saw your assignment that you need to record.
Yes, please.
School computer, we don't have application for recording.
You don't have application for recording?
If we want to install, we not even can install, we need password for admin.
Yeah, we can't record it.
I record here.
You cannot record?
We can't record it. So I thought
Even last time you say you need to record, I also using phone, but very hard. Because I don't have a stand or anything.
Okay, what you can do, you record from Teams. I'm going to create Teams, record, and I call it what? Data lab. So you can record from that. So you create your own Teams. Can you create a Teams?
No.
You cannot.
So you can't. I said, you say
You can, right?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
My mate also not have to.
Yeah, you can get your own team. Get your own team and record from your own team. You get your own team, you go there. You get your own team and then you record. That's very simple.
that's actually, I just install it in my own computer and send the install version here. The assignment. So I can just install it at home, right? So
The
I
process. Anyway,
yeah, I'll just send it.
but here you need to use it, right?
Yeah.
So you create your personal teams and then you record from there. Yeah, that will be easy for you. So the first part which you're going to do here, we are going to start the Hive. I start by Hive. And then it will take me to Hive CLI or command line interface. And here I can show databases. I have, remember we said, okay, the okay which you have here, it's not a database just to tell you that what you did is fine. For example, if I say Hive database, so it will throw an error. So when it is okay, just to notify us that we gave the right commands. So the next one we are going to do create database, and database name is going to be University DB. All right, University DB. We will use this database to create tables which are related to university setup. Okay. Does not support the comments. Trying to see why the comments is not supported. You can check. You can find why the comments are not supported. Maybe the new version it may support. You can find. So now use University DB. So inside this University DB, remember the first one which we created was what? The first one which we created was DDL command by create. So we create a table. Let's say create table if not exists, I encourage you to use this if not exist function just to help you to avoid errors, right? And also you have to specify what database or what schema you're using. Either you can omit it, but if you want, you use it. University db dot student is the table name, and you can have SID or student ID, and it can be integer. You can have student name, use a string. You can have age, it can be int. We have gender, can be string. You can specify, there are two things which you can make here. You can also specify, you can give the comment here. Oops. What happened? Is it exhausted or what? Display all 44 possible. No. Okay. String, and we say comment. We leave the comment is gonna be student table. You can say student table. And you can specify, this is a new, I think we did not do in the last class. We have to specify something called low format delimited fields terminated by oops. Oh, yeah. Terminated by comma. Okay, terminated by comma. Sorry. Terminated by comma. So this one, we need it. We need it. Remember, we use this one today because we need to route the data from your local machine to HDFS. So you need to specify how your CSV file, or I may call how your flat file is, the structure of your flat file. So you can specify the raw format delimited field, means how the rows are separated. For example, the commas, the names are separated by the comma. So you need to give it like this way. Okay. All right. So, all right. So here I do the following. I say describe student. So it shows me that this is a student, right? It describes me, or it shows the entire part of student whom we have here. All right. So you can do the following. Can say also describe formatted student. All right. This formatted student, it gives you the entire detail of your table. Right? For example, this can be done by the admin or administrator to know what type of table you have. So, for example, the time the table was created is today, and last access time unknown. Protection mode none, it's not protected. Retention, you can protect your table by specifying the user who created and what them has created, right? So retention, where you can find, so you can find it here in the user Hive warehouse. And location, that's a location. And the student table, look, the student table which you created, it's not a table. So you can do the following. So comment student table, the comment which you pass there, the storage information, SLD, serial library. So serial is just to convey the data, right? To convey the data, that's another part which you can study. Input format, output format, all these things, all these are the things which you can see. Okay? Just by creating describe formatted student. Another part which you can do here, you can describe extended student. So now look what it shows here. Detailed table information. It gives you table name, one which is and then the all information which are available. So these are the ways which you can see, which you can check if your table is, I mean, the information which are related to your table. All right, so the next part here, which you're going to create, let's try to see if you can create a table and they give a different location. Look here. In open your Hue, you can come here to file browser. Wait a minute. Yes, please. Yes, Crowdera. You can come here. You click to the this is warehouse, right? This is the second one. Remember, do you remember the services which you provide? Command line interface. This is another way you can do. You can find. So here we have a student DB which you created, sample DB. I'm not sure why they are very blurry. I don't know why they're blurry. So this is one which you created. Inside this one, we have student table, and yeah, that's student table which we have here, right? Now, one here, and you let us location here. mkdir, make a directory on the root. I'm going to put inside the user. Inside user, I'm going to create one more which is called project. Is it enough? It's enough, right? You think so? Don't think so. Confirm. So we are creating the following. We are creating a directory so that we can change directory of our databases. So let's see. Here we give the name as a project. So it's created. HDFS, DFS, ls user. So let's see, what do we have in ls user? We have project is here, which we created today. All right, it's here. So it's here. One more part, please. One more part. It's very important to give, to set the permission of your files or directories, either in Linux or in a cloud. In big data or in a cloud, in an environment where we're working, because sometimes the permission is denied. So you can, for example, this project which we have here, it's a directory. It has a permission for read and write for user, read, write, execute for user, but group, they can read, execute, others can read and execute. So we can change. We can do the following: HDFS, DFS, change mode. You can put 77, right? 77. You say user. Inside the user, we have project. So you change the mode. And again, you execute here, project. Oops. Errors. Okay. Let's see if this will. Okay. Let's again execute errors, no problem, because does not show errors. Let me remove project here, just to change the mode of the one which are inside this one. So now, as you can see, everyone now he has this permission, Cloudera group, or they can do the following. Okay, they can do the following. So it's important to do. Now, remember we created a one we named as a user Cloudera, right? So as a project inside the user. So let me exit this one. And we come back here. Let's say create table, if not exist, and no need to specify, or for good practice, we can say university db dot, let's say faculty, and I say id int name string, id name string. Yeah, let me do that one. And then here is a key part. Here is a key part which we need to deal with. So in this key part here, you can, oh, by the way, sorry. Okay, let's see. Let's try to check the location. Location. Let's change the location by saying user hyphen project. Okay, user hyphen project. Semantic. Semantic university. Did I write correctly? Let me remove this schema. It's misspelled. Okay, done. So you can give the location instead of creating in data warehouse. Here you can pass it to the new location. So we gave a location which we created. Hope you're following. This is the location which we created. So we give that location. We can check again. What is it? So what is project? Why it's not showing the things which is there? Not throwing an error, but okay. Okay, let's do this. It's a create database. Let this database be the same, university DB, right? And then in this university DB, we can change the location of where it is. Let's say location. Change the location is say change the location by saying user, and this is gonna be project. University DB already exists. Okay, fine. Let's create another one. Let it be student DB. Okay, now let's check here. Let's try to view from here. Check, right? Let's try to view from here. He mentioned here. Let's view from here. Check if there's some hidden files. So let's say DFS, arrays, user, Hive, data warehouse. Let's see if it lists things which you have there. No such file. We don't have that file. Okay, let me go inside. Oh, warehouse, right? Yeah, warehouse. Thank you. Okay, so this is what we have there. We have a university or student DB. So it came here. So that's a good question. That's a good thing to.
That voice there no time ago.
Already it's there.
Last time we did it there.
Student DB.
Yes. Because just now before we I clicked that create, it already had three there. Three of
This is correct. This is one thing which you need to do. Let us do this. We are going to do this. Copy, or yeah, let us copy. We use copy or we put. Let us try to see put user project to there, to this, inside this one. Inside this one. Or is it copy or move? Let me move, huh? So you're going to move it inside there. Correct. So we moved. I moved the one which I had here inside here. Let's see if we get them. In the inside warehouse. Is there? Project. You see? Third one, right? One, directory, three. Yes, it's here. Project. Correct. Now, oh yeah. It came as a user. Interesting. So let's come inside here. User Hive warehouse. Okay, project is here. Correct. Project is here. Correct. So what you can do now, let's put inside here user Hive warehouse, and we put inside the project. Already exists? Or is it being created? Create database, student, create database, DB1. Or which date are we today? Today, by the way, we are at 11, right? 11:10. Let us try to check. What is 11:10? Is here? Project. It's showing that already exist, but okay. HDFS, DFS, change mode, give permission to user Hive project, even internal file. Oh, I'm in a Hive. Sorry, I'm in the wrong part. Gonna be change mode 1, 2, 3. User Hive warehouse project and everything which may be there. Okay. Okay. Now HDFS, DFS, RS, REST, user Hive warehouse project. Why it shows nothing is inside? It's very interesting. So you keep finding you hunt where these files are going. Because in our warehouse here, we have them. I created a database I named 777 something. It's not displayed. Not sure if I need to refresh once again. Anyway, take your break and then you come after the break, right? Or you don't want to take a break? Take it, please. Yeah.
Sir?
Yes, please.
Our midterm break.
Hmm?
Next week or next week? The other week. What's the midterm break?
For example, I create a database where the file should happen.
Here you are. You created a database. What is it?
I thought I created already.
Sure. Come here. Come down here. Inside the project, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Let me check. It's very interesting. I'm not seeing where your chip was gone. Mhm. The permission use a Hive. Hmm. I'm not seeing where your data has gone. The database still in DB, right? Still in DB. It's here. You find you find it in meta stuff. Here, go there. I'll show you. Uh, you come again here. Uh, here, metastore table. So you selected the database here. Which one? You go to metastore. And then you find, yeah, they're here. The tables are found, they're here. They're hidden here. You get a database, they're hidden here. You come here, you come to data browser, and you click here, metastore tables. So inside the metastore tables, you can choose database. It can either be they're here. Yeah, they're hidden there. They're hidden.
And that would be to any people here. Next semester. Hope it not cancel. I say IT one. IT one. Probably not. Later, postpone to next semester again. I can't really. Fuck it.
I knew it. I knew something happening.
Yep.
That's why.
No,
That's
two
why.
days.
That's why we had
2 days.
holiday last time because conference again.
Have you finished your work?
Yeah.
Your start your then 1 day.
This week, next week.
No table inside. The database is weak, not keeping many tables. Yeah. Some database here. You are inside. Create it. So you will not no, even not show you the one that you see on DB. It's all its tables. Do you remember the max here? I think so. It's a database file here. So just create the one. Just create a database. That's not create a database. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. This is my thinking. But that one is old. It's not today. No, it's just now the second we open. You say open queue. I'm sorry.因为它不是用常规的拍摄嘛，常规拍摄是打工调的，它这个是直接类似图画片，名字我也没有，知道它大概是这样的一个，所以它面分的是。
You're looking for that. So, and why don't like this sharing time? What is it? The person says things.
All right, let's proceed. So this is the where this is, we're trying to find or to search where our table were hidden. So we came to know that the table can be found inside here. You can come to data browser and you come to metastore tables. So you'll find them here. They'll be here. And then you can select which database you want to check, so it will be there. Yeah. All right, so the next part or the next thing you can perform here, that was about checking the location. A table can be, a data warehouse can be dropped. Let's say show databases. Let's say drop database student. Show databases is gone. Drop database Hive DB. Oh, okay. Hive is not empty. So this is one thing which you need to notice. When a database has tables inside, so first you need to go hierarchy. You start from, dropping the table, and then you can come to drop the database. Or you can say, my database, let's see. Okay, same says not empty. Okay, so we can go inside that one because we have already table. It's a show tables, show hive db dot tables. Oops. Describe hive db. Describe database. Yeah, describe hive database db. You can extend and see. You can extend and see what is inside there. It's a describe extended database. Database hive. Let's see if it will recognize that one. Okay, fine. So you can go inside and drop them, and then you can remove the tables which you have there. Just the part here which we see, we show databases. Sorry. Show what happened. Oh, databases. Let's say drop database student db 1 1 1 0. So we remove it. So this is the way we can do. So in a video which you saw, we created, we dropped, and another one we can even rename. You can have an option of renaming what you have created. Let's try to see if you can rename the table. We say alter. Let me first check here. Show databases. Oops. What the error? Show databases. Let's say alter database. Alter database hive db, and then we rename to hive db2. Near hive db rename to alter database. Alter database, sorry. Alter database, rename hive. What is hive? What is hive db? show tables here, alter table, and the table name which we have there is alter table. Table name is student, name to student 22. Okay, it's applicable to the table record which we have here. So this is, you can try to see in the database why is it not recognizing alter database Hive DB rename to Hive DB2.
So you don't have Hive DB.
Pardon me?
You don't have Hive DB. You go to show databases. It's not there.
So I'm going to add DB.
No.
Oh.
Your database, you don't have Hive DB.
Oh, I don't have Hive DB.
Yes. You go to show database. Just not your database only got like 3 or 4.
Okay. Sorry. Let me show. Data. Have DBs here. Database. Okay, probably it's not, it's not taking place to the database here. This schema which you have here. So you may find how you can rename the database. Okay, so we saw we have a table. So tables. Now we have a student table too. So we can again rename alter table student 22 rename to student. Show tables. So this is the thing we can do. So we rename the table. We named the tables means we accomplished creation, deletion, and drop. So you can even drop a table here. So let me drop faculty. Let's say drop table, and we have what? Faculty. So show tables. So we have only one table which is there. So 3 things are there: DDL, we renamed, we created, we renamed, and we performed all these things which you may have here. So there is one more thing which you can do, and this one is known as a temporary table. Temporary table. You may need to have a table which does not need to be stored in your HDFS. Just you want to use it for analysis or for dealing with some data. So you can use one more part which is known as a temporary table. So how do we create a temporary table? It's just create a table, create temporary table. Let's say student underscore MP, and we say ID integer is a name varchar or string. Let me use varchar now. 20 is a age integer, and you store it like this way. Show tables. So you have a temporary table. So as soon as you end the session, this table, it will not. You can use as a temporary table just to help you create a table which you can use as a temporary table. So let's try to see. So we come here, use show university. So you see now the table is gone, because when the session is over, then the table is going to go. It's no longer stored in your meta store in your data warehouse. Okay, so you can exit the session and come back, then the session is over, so you cannot find it. It's gone. These are called, those are called the temporary tables. Okay. So we can also create a temporary table by using the following. You can say create temporary table, and let's say temporary table is going to be student underscore TMP, like student. So it's just like having a copy of the student, but you name it as a temporary table. I think this we have seen in a previous class using like. So we use this one. We use the following. So if you say show tables, select star, or sorry, describe student underscore TMP. So it gives us the same exact copy of what we have there. Remember, these will be erased or will be deleted when the session is over. Okay. Now, if I exit and I can rejoin back here, use the same database name, and the temporary table will no longer be there because it's another session. Use university. Okay, so it's no longer there. So every session will have its own temporary table you can create them. All right, so those are the things. We'll name the table, and all right, one more part here, which we are going to do. Let me mention here. Okay. So now we look. This part is going to focus on DML or data manipulation language. Inside the data manipulation language, we can have the following. Inside data manipulation language, we can perform the three things can be done. I mean, there are important. This is important. There are three ways of inserting data. Let me put like this way. The first way which you can do, number one, is by using the insert which you have used. You can use insert. And number two, you can use road. And number three, which is the last, you can use HDFS command. Okay, so these are the three ways we can insert the data into our databases, into our tables, right? So we can use these two ways. So, I mean, these three ways. So the first one, we used insert like the one which I have used in the previous class. Let's say show tables. We say insert into student. So what do we have? Sorry. Describe student. Insert into student. The varies. So we can add one name Maitri, and Maitri is 23 years old. Which one? Sorry. Age, gender, same. All right. So look, the resources which is using. This is what I mentioned. It takes time because it is writing in HDFS. The map is 0, reduce 0%. So stage 1. Imagine if you are inserting a heavy data. I mean, too much data or large data set. So it will go that way. And then I will add one more. 24. And I have Mr. Winia the Great. Okay. So we insert the data in that way. Okay, so we can select star from student. So we have this data inside. The data are inside this, right? These are the data which we have. 1, 2, 3. This is the table which we have. So the next part here, we inserted is 2. So the next things which we can do here, this is by insert, right? I mentioned that there are 2 ways of inserting the data, right? This is the first way. A second way, let's say we create another table. Let's say create table. I'm going to create a table, and this table is going to be student 2. I'm going to create table student 2. Like, can I do like student? Okay, and I say select start from student 2. So it's empty. So what I did here, describe student 2. What I did here, just create the same schema. What happened? So we created this table. Is it fast? Is it fast?
You go back to where you put the information.
Is it fast? I just want to get a response. Fast or slow? It's very slow. This one. This one. This one.
I know, like the one where you put the names and the age.
This one. You can insert different values there. And after you insert the values inside, then you can copy, you can create another table, you can copy like the one which you had, the name, what you're going to do. Looking second way of inserting data in your table. The second way to insert data in your table, right? So this is what we did. Now, second way is as follows. The second way, the way you have to insert the data, we use the same. Like we have to say from another table. We say insert into student 2, right? Select star from student where ID is equal to 1. Okay, by using where. Okay, it's the same as a copy. Second way to insert data into the table. Okay, so hopefully one more. So let's now check once again. Correct. One student is there. Select star from student. Okay, two are there. Correct. You can copy means you can insert. You can insert a data from one table to another. The second way. The second way. Right? These are the two ways. Each has a two ways. Right? Look, we are trying to cover the following 3 ways of inserting data in database. So the first one we are done, and the second one we're going to look at the second one, which is known as a load. Here I spend a little bit time, to number 2 here, or number 1, insert has 2 ways. Insert has a 2 ways. 1 or A, insert into table values. 2 or B, insert into table 1. Insert into table 1 by selecting star from table 2, table 1, 2 tables, right? By combining table 2 or by condition. Where condition, this just limited, okay? Where condition, it can be the grade, it can be greater, equal, or equal, greater than. It's a mistake. It can be either equal or greater than. This is how we write it, or less than or equal to. Right? That's what you can do. The second part here, rod, which will be the last. Second part one here, the rod. So the load also has a 2-way. Load has 2 ways. This first one, you take data from your local file system, which is known as local file system. The second one, B, the B, I put them together. You can load your data from HDFS, right? Instead of taking from local file system, you can load it from HDFS. From HDFS to a table. Okay, to the table. Here, from local file system to a table. Okay, so these are the 2 ways which you're going to use. So now we look here. Now let's do this. First, we're going to run the data from a local file system. Let's do this. Create, let's say, nano student L student local. I give a name as a student local. I give one. Let the name be song num. Let the age be 19, and let song num be M. And I take 2. Mario. Let the age be 20. Let the M 3. I say Mali 22, 21, F. Okay, so you can create any file. Exit. Okay, so let me create one more table here. Create table student 3. Create table student 3 by start from sorry, create student 3 like student, right? Just to have same schema. To have the same schema, I have an ID, name, age, and gender. So in this student tree, I'm going to insert that file. Remember the which we created? We created this file called the student local. So we need to load it or to insert into the table we created. Oh, by the way, let's see if how did we create? Did we use create a table? Let me drop the table first. Drop student. Drop. No. This is we only draw. My goodness. How is this? Why did it give it to me? Okay, the table is dropped. Now create table student 3 by making ID integer, name string, age integer, gender. Let me use a car array, and then we specify here. We specify here low format delimited fields, delimited by as not support is primitive. Just want to save the space. Okay, I just want to save the space, nothing else. I don't want to give a string which may occupy a big space. So just one, because the gender, it's only one character, M or N. Now I specified because the file which I created, please here you pay a little bit attention. Let me cut this one. Student. So the file which I have here, it's comma separated. So I created a table, and the table I specified in Hive. The table which I specified, it should be like this format here, so that when I load it, will match. So you come back here. Now this is the table which I created student. So I'm going to insert. So to do this insert, we do you say load, you load data, you say load data, local in part, and you say, I think, where am I? Home Cloudera. Sorry. Home Cloudera. Student local, your file name. Student local, your file name, into student 3. Load data local in part into table student 3. Awesome. So now we loaded them. Okay. So we load the file student local in our table to which okay, which you created. Now you can check here. You can say select start from student 3. So this is what I have. Sangna, Mario, Mali, that's what we created. So we loaded them here using from where? NFS or local file system to our table. To our table. Okay, to our table. The other one which you need to do, which you need to take from HDFS to, this from the local machine. Now we can take from, I showed you two parts, right? Two parts which are here. This, the second one, the D one, we shall study in our next class. So this is all about the table we create in the insert. So we insert two ways. Insert in two ways. We can insert by using insert command, or we can insert by copying from one table to another. We can even insert by using load, We can even insert by using HDFS. Today we saw two, let's say 2.5. We say 2 in insert and 1 in load. The second one, to complete the second insertion, we shall do in our next class. Time for question. Any question? Any doubt? Good. What is your work? Alright, so we meet the next class next week.
Thank you, sir.